The city of Williams has entered stage 4 water restrictions. Find out what that means for you.
Plus, learn how a new partnership will help you apply for health insurance.
And a lawsuit between Planned Parenthood and the state of Arizona could change abortion rulings. Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Kara Hammer.
And I'm student anchor Xavier Angel. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with news of a possible water crisis in Williams.
Well, that's right. The city begins stage 4 water restrictions, which, among other things, ban outdoor water usage. That includes everything from watering your lawn to washing your car. NAZ Today's Abby Barinholtz learned how these new restrictions are affecting the community.
With the ongoing drought and limited water, the city of Williams has enacted new water restrictions.
Well, and personally, I'm not sure I would call it a water crisis. It's definitely a serious situation, and we need to implement some restrictions and get it squared away before we do have a severe water crisis. Our water in our lakes are very low, and we've got to fix that.
I spoke with City Manager Brandon Buchanan about the current restrictions and how they affect the community of Williams.
Well, it doesn't take very far to see the proof. Go out and take a look at any of our surface reservoirs. You'll see there's not a whole lot of water in them. We're concerned about the supply. Now, we do have 2 wells that we're working with, pumping around the clock to help meet demands and relying heavily on those right now.
In order to try and conserve what water is left, the city has been placed on level 4 restrictions.
Level 4 is the most restrictive. By the time you get to level 4, there's just no outdoor water. And that's where we're at now. When a house uses more than 15,000 gallons a month, their water bills increase to 150% of the normal rate. And then once they hit 20,000, it goes to 200% of the normal rate. The average usage for a typical residential unit here is 5,000 to 7,000 gallons a month. Going forward, we know we can't plan on being hopeful. We have to plan for the worst case and act accordingly.
The city of Williams, along with other towns in the southwest, will continue to deal with the water problem as the drought continues. Reporting from Williams for NAZ Today, I'm Abby Barinholtz.
While Williams deals with its restrictions, another northern Arizona city faces its own water issues. Efforts are now underway to assist the city of Winslow with its concerns. The president's 2015 budget includes $75,000 to finish a feasibility study in Winslow. U.S. Representative Ann Kirkpatrick pushed to complete the projects of the Little Colorado River levee.
Now, this is the first step for removing city residents and businesses from a 100-year floodplain. Kirkpatrick works closely with Navajo County and has a partnership with the Army Corps of Engineers.
Well, recent healthcare reform has caused a lot of confusion lately. Many are wondering about options pertaining to their healthcare plan. NAZ Today met with Byron Lewis to tell us how a new partnership between North Country Healthcare and the Cover Arizona Coalition will help you enroll for health insurance.
North Country Healthcare has partnered up with the Cover Arizona Coalition and many other organizations across the state to host enrollment events aiming to sign people up for healthcare coverage. Byron Lewis talks about Cover Arizona and its impact on the local community.
A lot of times people are wondering exactly what's going on in their community as far as health opportunities. CoverArizona.org will give you a lot of information. A lot of events are posted there that are happening throughout the states. And a lot of the events are sponsored by companies like North Country that are nonprofit.
Lewis talks about the push that North Country Healthcare has made to get people signed up.
They've enrolled over 1,000 people. We've made a big push in the marketplace. And basically our mission statement is to serve the underserved, and so we make a push for that. We've done very well. We've worked with a lot of small businesses, a lot of organizations like the Community Counseling Center, for one. And find people that don't have health insurance and let them know what their options are.
Lewis believes that health care is vital and it is a necessity in living a healthy life.
Being without health care is a lot like missing a meal. You're worried about how you're going to take care of yourself, how you're going to take care of your family. You're looking over your shoulder for the next potential accident. Health care is something that's vitally important, at least we believe so here.
For NAZ Today, I'm Monet Gunn.
Northern Arizona's tiny town of Tusayan has put together a 10-year wish list For expansion, the general plan proposes growth for recreation, public services, and transportation. But some officials at Grand Canyon National Park are asking one important question: where will the water needed for this project come from? The Italian company proposing significant growth for Tusayan has huge plans, including 142 acres of commercial development, more than 2,500 residential dwellings, a water park, and a cultural center. But the company has not yet said where the water will come from.
Now, the Tusayan Planning and Zoning Commission has closed the public commenting period. The National Park Services predicts Tusayan's water use would nearly quadruple over the next decade. Right now, Tusayan residents rely on wells, but Grand Canyon officials, environmentalists, and American Indian tribes are concerned that additional pumping could harm springs in the area. The town manager, Will Wright, insists the development will not move forward without an assurance of a reliable water source. Well, if you're planning a summer camping trip along Oak Creek, you may want to modify your vacation plans. The Arizona Department of Transportation has planned to close a 3.5-mile portion of Highway 89A on the northern end of Oak Creek between Sedona and Flagstaff from Memorial Day to July 4th. ADOT plans to repave and repair the scenic road. The agency says the construction has to take place during the summer months when the weather is warm enough for paving. ADOT spokesman Dustin Krugel says while there may be an impact on tourism, the work needs to be done if we want the roadway to last.
The Navajo Nation is now providing an economical wireless service to accommodate its residents' telecommunications needs. Navajo Nation President Ben Shelley met with the FCC last week to put Navajo Tribal Utility Authority Wireless into action.
So right now, we're starting to exercise that and put that laws and regulating wireless. So our own enterprise wireless service is now going to be taking probably most of the business away from cell one, because theirs will be cheaper, internet-wise and service-wise, than cell one.
Previously, Cellular One had been one of the few affordable wireless services available to residents. NTUA Wireless is owned by the Navajo Nation and will add competition to the telecommunications industry in northeastern Arizona. Well, abortion providers are suing the state of Arizona. Wednesday, Planned Parenthood of Arizona and the Center for Reproductive Rights filed a lawsuit against the state. The sexual health organizations insist new rules required under a 2012 law regarding abortions will make it far more difficult for many women to use medication to bring about abortions. The law is scheduled to go into effect April 1st and requires physicians to follow what Planned Parenthood insists are outdated, less effective protocol for the use of the abortion pill. The group says the new law also goes against years of research and doctors' practical experience. The Arizona Department of Health Services released the new rules in January. A spokesperson for the department would not comment on the lawsuit at this time. Up next, new nutrition labels promise to help you shop healthier.
And find out just how much the government shutdown cost Arizona when we come back.
All right, another beautiful day out there today. Taking a look at today's high temperatures, obviously well above average for us here in early March. It was 69 in Camp Verde today, Payson 65. Winslow, you topped off at 60, 56 degrees here in Flagstaff. Some even warmer temperatures to talk about in the forecast. And then a bit of a cool down, a chilly beginning to the weekend. We're going to talk about it coming right up.
I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get the camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
NAU.
Be true blue NAU.
NAU.
Be true blue NAU. Now that's true blue NAU.
Well, we all know an entire bag of chips can disappear quickly, especially for me, and especially when we don't look at the serving size. It might be easier for us to be aware of what we are consuming. Michelle Obama has teamed up with the FDA to roll out new nutrition labels that will put an emphasis on calories in your food. NAZ Today's Danielle Davila has more.
New nutrition labels were rolled out by First Lady Michelle Obama as she joined up with the FDA and made the announcement as a part of her Let's Move campaign. The FDA unveiled 2 labels, so it is unclear what the new labels will exactly look like. The first label is similar to the current version, but easier to read and understand. The second label has 3 categories. The first groups nutrients such as fats, sodium, and sugar into a category called Avoid Too Much. The second is a category called Quick Facts, which will contain things such as carbs, fats, and proteins. And the last, a category called Get Enough, which will contain vitamins and nutrients. The new labels will also reduce serving sizes in order to make them less misleading. 2 years ago, 34% of working adults read food labels. Recently, an agricultural department study released in 2009 and 2010 states that 42% of working adults read food labels. Though the new labels are underway, the FDA predicts that they are still a few years away from being used because food companies will have to pay approximately $2 billion to update their food labels. For NAZ Today, I'm reporter Danielle Gomez.
Well, getting children to eat healthy meals could be a problem at home, but at school as well.
That's right, but a new study by the Harvard School of Public Health looks at what school kids are eating and how healthy changes in their menu are making a difference. Kaylee George has the details in today's Health Minute.
School children are eating more fruits and vegetables under the new school lunch program, according to a new study in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine. When children started school in the fall of 2012, they found their cafeterias serving more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. The healthier foods were a result of the change to the National School Lunch Program made under the Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act of 2010. But critics complained about the menu changes and said too much food was being wasted. The study found that kids were actually eating better and not throwing away any more food than before. Under the new program, children are now required to choose either a fruit or vegetable as part of their meal, and the portion size for these items are larger. About 25% more children are now eating fruit, and vegetable consumption is up about 1 cup per week. School children still leave far too much uneaten food on their plates, though. Additional strategies are needed to provide high-quality meals that children will eat. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kaylee George.
The Arizona communities surrounding the Grand Canyon that were negatively affected by the government shutdown might have something to look forward to, a reimbursement of money that was paid to reopen the parks during the shutdown. Multiple national parks suffered revenue loss due to a decrease in tourism during the 16-day period. A report of money lost from the National Park Service says Arizona ranks in second place, having lost around $17 million. Although Obama did allow states to pay to reopen the parks to keep tourism, Arizona ended up paying $465,000 over a 5-day period. The bill to reimburse states for the amounts is currently pending in Congress. How long will the sunny, clear skies last? Meteorologist Lee Bourne has your forecast coming up.
And some NAU Lumberjacks participated in Football Pro Day. Alex Lucero has more coming up in sports.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. But before we make room for the 2014 Cadillacs, we've still got a huge selection of brand new 2013s to choose from. Models like the powerful CTS, the ATS voted 2013 Car of the Year, the popular SRX crossover, and Cadillac's crown jewel, the Escalade. You can always count on our same relaxed, no pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, 56 degrees our high temperature today in Flagstaff. That's 8 degrees above the average of 48 for this time of year. Record high 68 set back in 1910. So high temperatures for everybody running around 8-10 degrees above average. In case you just missed it a few minutes ago, I was going over the high temperatures across the state. We'll take a look at it one more time. Phoenix 82 degrees. It was 66 in Prescott. Only 64 degrees in Sedona today, which makes me think there's a little bit of cold air trap there. Sedona, usually quite a bit warmer than Prescott, but came in a couple degrees cooler with a breezy afternoon tomorrow. I think we'll see things warm up for you down in Sedona. Okay, here's a look at it on the satellite. High pressure center just off Southern California out in the Pacific. We have some just high clouds spilling over the top of it. There was that thin cirrus out there throughout the day today. You notice the storm system moving into Northern California. As we get into tomorrow, it'll be a very weak storm system moving through the Intermountain West. A little bit of a breezy afternoon tomorrow, and we'll continue with some of this high cloud cover, and we'll take a look at it from out in the Pacific. Here's the storm system. Here's the high pressure, and notice how this storm's just kind of being shredded apart as it comes into this high pressure. Here's this high cloud cover spilling in, and we'll continue with that overnight tonight through the day tomorrow. This area of low pressure begins to move through on Friday, and we'll see the winds even pick up a little bit more Friday. I think we're in for a breezy to windy afternoon on Friday out of the northwest, and then Friday night, a cold front pushes through northern Arizona. It's a very weak and dry cold front, and I think we'll move to a more northerly and chilly type wind on Saturday, and then this high pressure will build back in, and we'll see things warm up come Sunday. Okay, so we have the breezy days coming up, some high cloud cover, precipitation with the front late Friday, early Saturday, maybe some light rain showers confined to far eastern Arizona. I think it's going to be in the White Mountains. I do not think there's any precipitation headed our way with the storm. And if there was, it would be very, very light. Temperature outside right now, 52 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds are variable at 5 miles per hour, meaning they're not coming from any particular direction out there. Overnight tonight, we'll continue with partly cloudy skies, forecasting 23 degrees, and the sunset not far off here at 6:26. Tomorrow, more of the high cloud cover, a bit warmer, 59, and I think we see a breezy afternoon with some winds gusting up around 25-30 miles per hour. Windier yet come Friday with continued partly cloudy skies. Much sunnier as we get into the weekend. Sedona, I'm for warming things way up tomorrow, and I might be a little generous with the warming. 72 degrees out there tomorrow. Prescott, I have you at 69. Phoenix is 83 tomorrow. And Tuba City, 67. Winslow, forecasting 72 for the Thursday. Okay, so breezy weather the next several days. And with the storm approaching on Friday, we'll nudge temperatures down a little bit from the very warm Thursday. Saturday, it's all sunshine with a chilly northerly breeze. Sunday, high pressure building back in, and temperatures start to rebound pretty quickly there Sunday and into early next week. Down in Sedona, it's the same scenario with the breezy weather the next several days. Coolest day on Saturday, where you're down in the low 60s and warming right back up in a hurry out there Sunday and Monday.
So that wind's going to knock us down for the next few days.
Yeah, it's not quite a howling wind, so we just call it breezy, is the meteorological term for not quite knocking you down.
Awesome.
Well, Alex, today 12 NFL teams came to Flagstaff, got to enjoy some of our weather and check out some NAU Lumberjacks.
Yeah, the NFL Pro Day for NAU was today. I'll have more on that event coming up. I was an ordinary guy, but I switched to Suddenlink's new internet, and now I can't stop being awesome, because it's the fastest in town. Downloads, uploads, any kind of load, everything just flows at speeds 13 times faster than phone company DSL. Even when the whole family is online, there's no buffering. With DSL, we were suffering. Yep, anything the phone company can do, I can do faster. Now that I have the next big thing from Suddenlink. Now that I have a house full of easy.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. We've got Northern Arizona's biggest selection of always changing certified pre-owned vehicles. All receive a thorough 172-point vehicle inspection, a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, and 2 years of free maintenance, including all oil changes. You can count on our certified pre-owns just as you can count on our relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Well, today was the NAU Pro Day for the Lumberjacks here on campus. This event will hopefully get some of our Lumberjacks drafted in this year's NFL Draft. It first started with the workout portion in the Sky Dome, and then it moved to the outdoors where the players participated in the 40-yard dash, the 60-yard shuttle, and individual workouts. After the event, Zach Bowman talked about what will happen if he's drafted to a team while he's walking the steps at graduation.
I'm going to be at graduation, so hopefully right before I walk, I'm going to know what team I'm playing for. That's great. You know, I think it's truly a blessing because all my family's going to be out here, so I wouldn't want to spend hearing my name called anywhere else than with my family.
We'll have more on the Pro Day and the results from it tomorrow here on NAZ Today. Yesterday, there was some high school baseball and softball, and the Northland Prep Spartans took on the Mayer Wildcats. It was Mayer's first game of the season, and it wasn't the start that they had hoped for. Northland Prep dominated the Wildcats by a final score of 14-4. Both senior Keegan Martin Jocko and junior Michael Heffernan homered in this game, while the freshman Jake McDaniels would get the win, pitching 4 innings, striking out 9 batters, and allowed 4 runs. The Spartans' record is 2-3 and play Ash Fork tomorrow. Also taking on the Mayer High School were the Northland Prep Lady Spartans. This was the Spartans' first game of the season, and they started out strong. Northland Prep shut out the Wildcats 6-0 for their first win this season. Spartans are also on the road tomorrow against Ash Fork. And there are a couple of games that have already started today as the Flagstaff baseball team is on the road taking on Barry Goldwater. The Eagles have a 4-1 record heading into this game, and the game started at 3:45. We don't have a score on that yet, but we'll have a score on it tomorrow. The Flagstaff baseball team's next game is on Friday against Peoria at home. And the Flagstaff softball team also played Barry Goldwater, but this game was here at home. And it was also the Lady Eagles' first game this season. This game started at 4 p.m., and just like the boys, we'll have a result on that game tomorrow. The Lady Eagles softball team will take part in the Wrangler Classic softball tournament on Friday. The Phoenix Suns are looking to climb up the playoff ladder, and they took on the Los Angeles Clippers last night in Phoenix. We're going to jump right into the third quarter. Matt Barnes was the man last night, scoring 18 points in the first half, and he's going to hit this wide-open three-pointer. And then right before the end of the third quarter, Chris Paul with the State Farm assist to Barnes for the layup. This extends the Clipper lead to double digits at 10. Fourth quarter, Suns on an 11-0 run, and this three-pointer from Markieff Morris was a big part of it. But with 2:40 left in the game, Blake Griffin puts an end to the game as he calls the bank and makes a deposit right into the net. Clippers defeated the Suns 99-94. And the Suns have slipped into 8th place in the West. The Suns' next game is tomorrow at home against the Thunder. And while the Suns were playing, the Coyotes were also in action, hosting the Vancouver Canucks. In the first period, the Coyotes are on the attack. Shane Doan gets a clean pass through the crease to Antoine Vermette for the easy one-time goal. Coyotes would go up 1-0. Now, Mike Smith, he's a great goalie, and he was great again last night as he's going to stop the Vancouver shot easily with a glove save. Later on, Smith, he's going to block the initial shot here from Vancouver, but then he's going to steer away the rebound. And finally, this shot by the Canucks was saved by Mike Smith, but it looks like the refs blew the whistle a little bit too early. Coyotes come away with the win 1-0. Mike Smith gets 23 saves and his third shutout this season. Coyotes' next game is tomorrow at home against the Canadiens. And the Arizona Diamondbacks were in action today against the Kansas City Royals for spring training. The Diamondbacks lost to the Royals 6-5, and Arizona, they got most of their runs in the fourth inning, scoring 4 runs in that inning alone. The Diamondbacks will play against the Oakland Athletics tomorrow at 1:10 p.m. So a lot of stuff going on, pro day, all kinds of pro sporting events. It's looking good in Arizona.
It is looking really good, and what's going to look really good is tomorrow night when NAU hosts Montana State, a huge needed win for them to make Big Sky tournament.
Yeah, that'll be a really good one, especially with Montana on senior night on Saturday.
All right, well, we hope to see some fans out there. We'll be right back after this.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
At Northern Arizona University,
green is a school color and who we are.
Being green creates jobs.
Money put back in the economy.
Being green is recycling resources.
The same fries that power our students
power Northern Arizona.
Being green shapes our future.
Through research and education,
we will make a difference.
At Northern Arizona University,
sustainability is a principle we believe in.
Northern Arizona University, the difference.
All right, welcome back. Nice day once again out there tomorrow, 59 degrees, a little bit breezy tomorrow afternoon, a little bit more breezy on Friday, a little bit cooler and cooler yet on Saturday as a weak cold front pushes in a little bit cooler air. And for you down in Sedona, forecasting a much warmer day tomorrow than you were today, 72 degrees, a little bit breezy afternoon, maybe mix out some of that cooler air and warm things up for you.
Well, it was raining here in Flagstaff this weekend, but in San Jose, California, it was the perfect weather for the 408K race, and runners had a special cheerleader on the sidelines. This is World War II vet Joe Bell. He stood in his front yard dressed in uniform Sunday and cheered on runners as they passed. At first, runners just waved at Bell and clapped, but eventually racers ran up to him, shook his hand, and even thanked him for his service. Bell is well known in the community, and this video of this touching moment has actually gone viral. The 408K race benefits the Foundation for Fallen Army Ranger Pat Tillman, who is a San Jose native.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that and I was really excited.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you for joining us.
I saw that, I was really excited.